What's happening, guys? Welcome back to Weedy Street Productions, and today we're doing another food review. Today we're actually doing a local food review. Today we're going to do Ali's Takeaway, which is local to me. But yeah, we're just going to keep the same premise as other food reviews. As you can see, bit of a different setting. We're not actually in the place, we're in my house. So yeah, we've ordered the food this time. We thought we'll try something different, and obviously we do rate the food on, you know, the value, how the taste is, but we're going to add in a few little other things such as the delivery cost and how long the delivery took to come. So yeah, we hope you guys enjoy this one, and let us know what you think about in the comments if you like the kind of delivery style or if you prefer us to go out to the restaurants. But yeah. Right guys, so we've got the food here. It finally arrived. Delivery time actually pretty decent. I'd say what, about 15 minutes maybe?
Not even that.
No, even that, maybe a slightly less. Again, it is a local place, but you know, some places you can stay close to and you don't get a delivery for like an hour, so pretty decent. The delivery itself, the delivery driver, he was fine, you know, did his thing, nothing really too special about that. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the actual food. So first of all, we just went for something classic as a side. We went for our chips and cheese, which is, don't think you can go wrong with it. I think it's a classic side. A lot of people get it. It's one of my personal favourites. I know it'll probably give me a heart attack, but you know, that is what it is. It's really nice. But got some here. It's pretty decent for what it is. Of course, it is like I mean, the chips themselves are not the chunky ones. First of all, which I don't mind. I think obviously they're not like the freshest, like the chips. Same with the cheese. It's like your average plastic cheese on it. I think a lot of us will kind of know what that tastes like, and your frozen chips. Nothing special. It's nice. I could eat it. It's a nice wee snack, especially if you're hungry and not feeling like anything too much. That's usually what I'll get if I'm not too hungry, is the chips and cheese. Yeah, I'll probably give the chips and cheese, for what it is, probably a 3 out of 5 just on their own. We've also got our cans of juice. I opened one because I got thirsty, but cameraman's got his drink as well, so that's brilliant. Now, as for the price of this as well, for the actual munchie box itself, because we ordered the chips separately, but obviously we've got our doner meat, we've got our chips, and we've got a pakora. But this was the 12-inch, this was the large option for the munchie box. This was $17.95, and then obviously plus delivery on top of that, which was, delivery was about $2.50, wasn't it?
Right, $3.87.
Is it?
Aye.
Right, and then there was a service charge of like 89p it showed, but you always usually get them. So, yeah, but this, for the munchie box itself, $17.95, but that was on Just Eat, sorry, specifically. That was from ordering on Just Eat online. It probably will be cheaper if you go into the shops or if you phone them and order it. But yeah, we've got a classic, I would say classic selection in your munchie box. You know, you've got your doner meat, your chips, your pakora, you know, your sauces here. I don't particularly eat the sauces with it. I've never, I'm weird like that. But yeah, I think that's a pretty solid munchie box. And before you all say, no, I won't be eating this all by myself, the cameraman will be having some. But yeah, let's get in there. We'll just start. We've done the chips. In fact, let's do some doner meat. To be honest, doner meat really isn't my favourite. I don't really eat it much, but let's go for it. It's a bit bland in terms of doner meat. There's a bit of spice to it, but nothing like flavour wise. That's what I found with doner meat personally. It's nothing too like flavourful. It's usually just like some spices and that's all you can really taste is that. And yeah, but the meat itself, it's just bland. I don't really know how to explain it. It's your average doner meat. I don't really get the doner meat too much because I don't like it. So yeah, I'd probably give that doner meat, for what it is, genuinely probably about a 2 in my opinion. I don't necessarily like it. I'll finish what I've got, but I wouldn't say I hate it. If I was hungry and this was all I had to eat, I'd probably eat that, yeah. But in terms of doner meat, not my favourite of what I've had. But yeah, we'll go for the chips next. They're right there. They're just chips. They're pretty greasy, that's the thing. Like, they kind of puts me off like doner meat and stuff is because of the grease. Because as you can see on the box, it's pretty greasy. That bit's kind of soft, and yeah, I think that's what's kind of taking over the flavour. If that makes sense, it's more the grease rather than anything else. But I think that's what you'll get more with munchie boxes and takeaways in general. But now we're going to go into some of the pakora. I think this is what, mushroom pakora or something? Is this kind
yeah, it looks like it.
I don't like mushrooms, but we'll try it anyway. Again, I don't really like mushrooms. The mushroom itself, I didn't really like the batter. As you can hear, there's not really, like, there's no crunch to the batter or anything. It's just more greasy and like kind of, well, on the inside, I don't really know, it's kind of wet more than anything, you know, where the grease kind of takes over, like the crunchiness of the batter, it's like that. Now we'll go for, what is this, veggie pakora. That's quite nice, I quite like that. Again, it's not as crunchy, there's a slight more crunch to it in the terms of the batter, but it's still a bit soggy from the grease, which is not my favourite. I don't mind it, but most of it is kind of covered in grease. That's kind of where my stomach starts to kind of turn. But yeah, in terms of vegetable pakora, not bad. It's pretty spicy as well, which is good. Right. This is, I think, chicken pakora, isn't it? Again, but I will say the batter in this one is a bit crispier, so I'll give it that. And I think chicken pakora is like one of my favourites. I would say it's you know, all the pakoras, that's the one I'll get more often than not. So yeah, it's not bad. Now we're going to move on to, what is this, a fritter or something?
I'm not sure, I think it's a fritter.
I don't really. It's a fritter. Yeah. Not bad, I quite like it. Again, probably not the freshest, but again, it's a takeaway, what do you expect? Yeah, I think that's not bad for like a fritter on its own, yeah. But just the grease in it, I think that's one thing that kind of puts me off of it, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, it's just it can be a bit heavy when you eat it. But yeah, now we've got one last bit of pakora. We've got multiple bits of pakora, and that's what I quite like. I will say there's been quite a few bits of pakora in this. This is it's meat, I think it's lamb or something.
I honestly don't know.
I don't know.
I was curious on that was.
Not bad, tastes like kebab meat, just and you know, it's been deep fried and battered, but Now that I've actually tried, you know, each individual piece of every different type of pakora we've got in it, I think I would have to rate the pakora. I do like it slightly more than the doner meat. I do like it more than that. I'd give the pakora, for what it is, probably a 3 out of 5. For what the pakora is itself, I wouldn't really choose to eat it on its own, but you know, if it was there and I was hungry, that's probably what I'd gravitate towards. Yeah, and I guess we'll actually try some of the sauces with it to see, because, you know, as I said, I don't particularly really like the sauces, but I'll try it. This is the spicy sauce. We'll get some of the chips. We'll try one of the 2 of the chips with it. That's quite nice. It's got like a hint of sweetness to it, but it's also really spicy as well. That's actually quite nice. I've had this sauce before. Been a long time since I've had it, but let me try some of the. In fact, let me try some of the chicken pakora with this. Well, actually, let me try and see if it can improve some of the flavour of the kebab meat as well. But so I spilt some. Don't worry, the t-shirt's clean, guys. That sauce actually has pure surprised me, even though I spilt like half it, didn't me there? But if you hear any noise in the background, by the way, guys, that's my dog. He smells the food and he really wants it, but I don't think I want to kill him, so I'm not going to give it to him. But yeah, wow, that sauce, by the way, I was quite surprised. That's quite nice. It really improved the flavour, like the doner meat, and the chips kind of soaked it up as well, and just tasted nicer. I know I normally don't rate sauces, but I'd give this, for what it is, a 4 out of 5. I quite like that. Wow. We'll go for, what is this, garlic or? Nah, it is garlic. I don't mind garlic. I know a lot of people are very 50-50 with it. I quite like garlic. I think this is garlic mayo. I could be wrong. Let me try it. I think it's just garlic actually, I don't know. I can just taste heavily the garlic more than anything, if there is anything like mayonnaise in it, but definitely not as good as the chilli sauce. I'll try some of the kebab meat in it as well again. It's more the kebab meat than anything that's kind of the thing I don't like, so I'm just trying to see what sauces will improve the flavour. Now, for what it is, I would give this sauce. It is pretty bland other than the garlic, so I'd probably give this one a 1 out of 5. Not that it tastes bad, it's the lack of taste more than anything. It's just more of a hint of a garlic flavour. It's not the nicest, but nonetheless, wow, I'm fairly happy, especially with that sauce. But don't know if these are the same. I think they are, but I'll give it a taste anyway, because I know some of the sauces look similar, but they're not actually. Taste this in. That one tastes like a salsa. That was really nice actually. In fact, I want to try and dip some of the pakora in this because it's quite nice. Oh, that was a tough bit of meat there, wasn't it? The batter in the meat there. Wow. Although, the sauce does help it though, so fair enough. Wow, I'm pretty impressed with this. I mean, for what you get in the actual munchie box itself, would I say it's worth $17.95 for it all? Nah, I would probably say, as a whole, I would probably pay between like maybe 13 and 15. Like, what about you, Keelan? Like, what would you pay for that? Like, would you pay $17.95 for that?
Well, for the quality of food, it doesn't look horrible, but I guess I would maybe pay about 13 £13. So as it looks alright, it just kind of looks, you know, sort of an average munchie box.
That's what it is average. It's not too seasoned or anything like that, and it's not that it's got no flavour. Like, there is flavour to it. It's just some of it you just have to really kind of look for it in that sense. Like when you're eating it, you kind of get hints of the flavours, but nothing like too extraordinary. I've tried like some takeaways that are pretty nice that have more flavour, but yeah, I think out of everything, genuinely my favourite thing. Oh, well, the chips and cheese as well. and the chicken pakora, I would say, are two of my favourite things, and an honourable mention to the red sauce. I've only ever known this as red sauce. Has there ever been another name you've known it as?
I've always just called it kebab sauce, to be honest.
I just call it kebab sauce, red sauce, whatever you want to call it. I've never actually had a name, but I don't actually eat it too much. It's been a while since I've had either of these sauces, but I actually keep forgetting how nice they are. Solid for them. Garlic sauce, that's just, you know, no words needed for that. But yeah, I mean, you get a drink, you get food, and you can even order a side with it. So I would say it's not bad. Overall, I feel like I would give, out of 10, I would give Ali's, specifically the munchie box, I'd say about 6. Just combining everything in, because the only bad thing about it, I would say, was the kebab meat was not really seasoned well, and plus I don't really eat kebab meat most in general, and the garlic sauce, I think those are two things that took factor into why I rated it that, because I feel like the kebab is, you know, a pretty big part if you're getting something. Everybody likes the kebab meat, and not me personally, I don't really, as I said, but I know a lot of people love their sauces, so if the sauce like that is just not going to have much seasoning or much flavour, at least to me, then it's just not going to make for a good meal. It's pretty bland. But yeah, I would say overall 6 out of 10 for Ali's. It is local to me, so I would go back. I don't really eat too much takeaways because of the grease, but if I was going to go back, I'd probably get maybe like a portion of the chips and cheese, and some more of the chicken pakora maybe, and maybe even try one of their pizzas, because I've heard that they're pretty decent for the most part. But yeah, I would say that was pretty decent. I would say that I don't know if I'd say it was worth the wait in that sense. Would you? Like, for how long? Well, we only waited about 15 minutes for it actually. So
considering the wait was 15, I would say.
Aye.
It's actually not
fairly well done. Aye.
If you're hungry and wanting something to eat fast,
this is it.
It's definitely a reliable bit. But
aye.
Maybe not the
quality. It's not the best quality. Don't get me wrong. A lot of it is decent. It's just the kebab meat more for me that I don't like. But yeah, I mean, I think overall, you know, if you're looking for somewhere quick, fast, if you're just looking for something to eat, I guess Ali's is the place to go. But yeah, I think that's pretty class. Right guys, so we've tried the food now, we've had a little taste of everything, we've let it settle. So far, the food has been alright, it went down well, nothing's came back up yet. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, overall pretty happy, well, pretty decent munchie box for, you know, what munchie boxes are. Obviously there was things I didn't like. I didn't particularly like the doner meat in that sense. It was just a bit bland, it didn't have much flavour. Texture wise, it was fine, there was nothing, it was just mainly there was lack of taste. Now, as for the mushroom pakora, I don't already like mushrooms, so I just thought I'll try it just in case, but nah, well, never again. But yeah, like the chips, the chicken pakora, vegetable pakora, the sauce for the most part, and the chips and cheese, like those were all great. I probably would get them again, especially the chips and cheese, one of my favourites. Right guys, and if you want to try Ali's for yourself, it's located at 815 Shettleston Road. So yeah, if you want to check out and just eat, go see the restaurant in person, go ahead. But yeah, let us know in the comments if you try it and if it's nice, or if you've even been here before, because it's a pretty popular takeaway. But thank you so much for watching guys, and let us know in the comments what you thought of this video, and if you'd like to see more videos kind of like this. But I'll see you in the next one. Catch.